everybody out there in all the blurred geek and nerd social media lands across the world. And maybe the universe too. We don't know who could be listening to us from other places.
Coming live from Krypton.
Right. I am your host, the Thick Knight, and yes, I am in conflicting symbols today. But you know what? I went more for color because I'm actually supposed to have a shirt that goes with the hat, but the shirt did not get here in time. But you will see that next week. Okay. You might see me do several costume changes next week depending on how it goes. You never know. But I'm your host of Night, and of course, welcome to the M3 Blurcast that happens every Sunday at 5 o'clock. And of course, I can't do this by myself, so I have Mr. Cedro here today. Papa Warden.
We're champions. It happened. Yes. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I had to make sure you
Oklahoma
understand
City. Yeah.
that we're at the top of the mountain right now, and it feels good.
Nothing wrong with being at top of the mountain. And of course, down below we have Mr. Carnage, aka I am wearing my weed hat today because I may or may not be high. If I'm not right now, I will be later.
I like the bear shirt.
I do too. It goes good. The whole thing like comes together. The shirt and the hat. So look, you styling today. I ain't gonna lie.
We gotta coordinate.
Yeah, got to coordinate. But yes. So before we get started with today's show, next weekend here in Atlanta is Atlanta Comic Con, which right now the guest list for Atlanta Comic Con is looking a hell of a lot better than the one for Dragon Con. And I'm like, if y'all don't add some more people of color to Dragon Con, I don't know, cause God.
Don't say it like the Ghost Whisperer. Say it with your whole chest.
I need some more color, Dragon Con, because the only people of color that I have seen are Mike Coulter, but I already have his picture, already met him, and Gina Torres so far. So I'm like, well, black people. I'm gonna see people of color, black people, But at Atlanta Comic Con next weekend, we have. I hope I say her name correctly. Allison Seeley Smith, who does the voice of Storm from X-Men 97. We have the one and only David Keith, who does the voice of Goliath, Spawn, and Husk from Husband Hotel. And also there is a lot of there is one more. The guy that played Mannheim in Superman and Lois and also played on The Walking Dead. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, he's there too. So yeah. I mean it needs a little bit more sprinkles of pepper at Dragon Con. I love meeting my celebrities when I can, but we need some more pepper. just to make us feel like we are invited to the cookout, But with that being said,
especially in Atlanta, it feels like that would be like the perfect place to do it more.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because I remember one year, I mean, it was like 4 or 5, 6. I'm like, yes, but I could not get to all of them, unfortunately. But it was a whole lot. It's like, okay, yes, y'all got people in here that I actually want to see. This year is looking kind of bland.
It's
a little vanilla,
right?
Until you get there, and you see, it's more black people.
Because they may add people as the weeks go by, so they may add people. So we'll see. But with that being said, we're gonna get started about today's show. First, we are going to pop off with a little bit of a little trailer here for Marvel Rivals announcing Gene, which is already out, and Blade. So it's a little 30 seconds or so. So here we go.
After eons, a to my Kalentar. To me, my queen in black.
Time will spiral into darkness.
Yes, the King in Black.
Okay, so was that Jean Grey and Blade?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That was Phoenix and Blade. And I liked when the Blade came on, I liked the fact that they played the song that was playing when we see him in the first scene of the first Blade movie, the techno song. That was the actual song. I was like, oh, a little throwback there. Like, yes.
Yes, almost made us forget the fact that they made Blade like several shades lighter in this. But at least they gave him cornrows.
Yeah. At least they didn't give him Killmonger hair like they've been doing in a lot of games. Jesus.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Blade was the first Marvel character we seen on the big screen, right?
In the 90s or what? Yeah,
close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, most notable if it isn't actually the first.
Because he was definitely before Iron Man.
Yeah, yeah. If it wasn't for Blade, we would have and when you go back and look at the numbers of what was going at the time, without Blade, we would not have an MCU. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
We would not have an MCU. And honestly, I'm still bothered a little that they don't know what to do with Blade at this point. As far as the solo movie. Now I do know that he's supposed to pop up in somebody else's project later on down the line, but as far as the solo movie, yeah, they dropped the ball.
Let me tell you what I think is going on with that instance. I think they is mad that Wesley Snipes got caught up in the tax evasion shit or whatever, and they saying, well, it's not going to be the right person because he got caught up in the tax evasion shit because, you know what I'm saying? So we just going to shelf that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I don't know if that has anything to do with it, just because they're not going to bring West, like they did it for Deadpool and Wolverine, but that's more of a cameo because he used to do it. It's not like the new Blade. I think the reason why Blade has been in weird hell is, one, they just haven't been able to find a writer that could write a good enough script. And then with the production hell aspect of it, the directors have been sort of changing hands. The writers have been changing hands. And then honestly, I wouldn't want Blade to come in this saga we're in now anyway. Because there's so much going on that I'd rather them take that supernatural aspect of the MCU or Marvel and wait until like the Mutant Saga to do it. Also, I've always been the one person that's like, I don't really want Mahershala Ali to be Blade.
Me either.
And it's not because I think he's bad or anything. It's just he's too old to me. Like, if you want Blade to be around and you want it to be a thing that lasts like the Wesley Snipes movies for 3 movies, which will probably span like 8 years, maybe 10 years, you need someone who's young enough to last and to be able to do like some of their own stunts. Like, if you get a Blade, I'd rather them be more like Simu Liu with Shang-Chi, where he's doing a good portion of some of his own stunts. I don't want y'all to pick like a 50-year-old who's going to be 60 by the time it's all done, because that does change like the dynamic of stuff. Like, I think Mahershala is great. He would have been an excellent Blade like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But like right now, I don't want him there. I'd rather them go a little younger, and I'd rather them wait until it's good. I think as much as we get a little irritated about how long this has happened and how much production hell it's been in, I'm kind of glad, because it gives, like, at least they understand that they're not going to put it out if it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to try to make sure that shit is aligned the way that it needs to be to make this project good, as opposed to just throwing something out there and having people having people hate on it the way that so many things with POC protagonists these days immediately get despised. Now, I think Blade's an exception, because Wesley Snipes did such an iconic job that if a Blade movie comes out, like, people are going to go see it.
Oh yeah.
But I do want them to make it good, because if it's less than a B+,
it was questionable.
It will be dragged as if it's an F.
Yes, it will be.
Like,
it would be dragged as a money grab.
That too.
It just needs to be right, and I'm fine with them taking time for it to be right, because it's not like we don't have a Blade trilogy.
Yeah.
Already, it's like, if you're upset that there's no new Blade, it's like, just watch the old Blades. Keep yourself happy for a little bit. We'll get a Blade, and hopefully when it comes, it's excellent. I don't know. Like, I don't need Mahershala, because they keep asking Mahershala every time he does something. Like, what about Blade? and I don't need any more of his comments. Like, it doesn't. Like, I just need them to move on. I almost wish Marvel had kept more stuff closer to the vest. I know that they needed to appease their investors and sort of announce projects and stuff the way that they've been doing it, but that's sort of bitten them a little bit in the ass.
Yeah.
Bit. Because there's been, like, we can probably all name like a handful of projects that were announced that never saw the light of day, because they announced so many projects ahead of time. And so, like, I'm good. Like, I don't need Blade. I don't need Blade right now. We got some good stuff coming up. Ironheart, I thought, was really good.
Yes.
We just got some good stuff. And so I'm cool if, like, Blade takes its merry little time and it shows up making it, like, I don't want it to just be an appearance. Like, I want it to be an arrival.
Yeah.
Like, I want Blade to come in strong, and I'm fine with if they take a little bit extra time to do that, because also, I think because I don't want Mahershala to be Blade, the more time they take, the less likely he'll still be Blade. The more likely they'll go somebody who's like,
that is. Yeah, because he has other projects to do, and I'm like, go do those. And then by the time they get around to Blade, you'll probably be like, I don't want to do it no more. And if they recast somebody younger, great, yes, do that.
It's like, I'm even cool if they bring him in as Blade for like Doomsday or Secret Wars,
right?
And then move on to a new Blade after that, like once they reset the universe.
Or they could have it as Wesley come in, because he is coming back in Doomsday, and then he passes the the blade mantle onto somebody else. I would like that. That would be nice. That would be hot. Yeah. But all right, we're gonna get to fuck around and. I love that sound.
Mistress of the elements.
Yes. And today's fuck around to find out comes from the animated movie Superman Unbound, but this is going to be Supergirl Unbound, kind of, sort of. So yeah, let's just take a look.
Superman's cousin, didn't you hear? You don't know many teenage girls, do you?
Skirt's the bad cop? She's just visiting. Kara, what the hell were you trying to prove out there?
I was stopping bad guys. That's what we do, right? Don't lecture me, Cal. I'm still older than you.
No. You may have left Krypton that way, but you're not anymore. The wormhole got me here faster.
That's not fair.
Tell it to Einstein.
Who?
Smart guy, lived here on Earth. Do your homework.
Why don't you do yours? You've spent your whole life on this planet. You grew up with these powers. Do you even remember Krypton? Your parents? My parents? Well, for me, it was only several months ago.
Okay. I think they found out.
Yeah. So basically, in that scene, Lois Lane. So for some reason, well, we know the reason. Lois Lane gets herself kidnapped a lot in hostage situations. She'd rather go for two reasons: one, to get the story, and two, because she knows Superman will save her. She's like, out of it. Why couldn't somebody else go? Because I have insurance. I have you. So
wait a minute. the skirt's the bad cop?
Right?
She's just visiting. She's just in town for the Cowboy Carter tour,
which is actually going on this weekend here in Atlanta, and I'm so glad I'm not down there anywhere near it. That's too much chaos, and I want to go to Evolution so bad. I was like,
Oh, that is down there.
Yeah, it is.
It was in Houston 2 weeks ago, and as this city is her hometown, it was wild because it also coincided with Pride weekend, so it was huge. I've never seen so many people in cowboy hats and sexy outfits, and sorry, I've never seen so many black people. It was wonderful, but it was also a lot.
Yes, it was, and I have seen some people's Cowboy Carter outfits. Some put in a lot of effort, and I'm like, okay. And then some tried. That's what I'm going to use. They tried. The key word, tried. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway,
girl, you tried that.
It didn't work. Or like that one girl on social media, she's like, you know what? It's through. It's through. That is not. It'll do, but it's through. We got a comment. Hold on. Oh, hey, David. She says, "Hey, I'm here. Thank you." Say hi to everybody, not just me, but hey, David, how you doing? But anyway, so yeah, in this one, Lillian gets caught. She gets kidnapped. The kidnappers take her on the helicopter. Supergirl goes after her, of course, and yeah, they have a whole exchange and everything. But you saw what happened, and
yeah, she's so angry,
yeah.
and
But
I
this is
appreciate that.
yes. How are we doing? We're doing good. We're doing good. Yeah, because this is actually the movie after Superman, Batman, Apocalypse, which was the first time that she get. It's funny how DC animation used to do the old animation. They had a sequence, but every time they did a movie, the animation was different versus what the New 52s did and what the Rebirth series did. But before we had all that, every movie had different animation. I was like, but if you go back, you're like, okay, this is it in order, but the animation is just different every time. It's like, okay.
Yeah, continuity of style
Yeah,
matters to
yeah,
me, but
yeah.
because
That's me
sometimes it
too.
can throw you off just a little, like
Hmm.
when the characters don't have the same stylistic approach, but it's supposed to be a continuation of the story.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah. Well,
Kara
okay.
being unhinged. I don't know if I'll be here to get into that later, but
Oh boy, but yeah. So we're gonna. I want to do another video of verses, but we're gonna. Since Cedar only has so much time here, we are going to ask him, what did you think of Superman? And before we get into this review that we're doing today is spoiler free. The next week will be all spoilers. So I'm just letting you guys know.
oh, spoiler free. Okay,
I mean, if you can.
I, I can.
No. No. Wait. I don't mean it like that. I mean,
Oh no, I understand. I'm just still saying I can. Can you? You are the king of spoilers. of This isn't a spoiler, but spoil. um, hmm. You're asking me what I thought of Superman?
yes.
I thought it was a good movie. I don't think it was a great movie, but I was actually talking with Cinnabare earlier, and like I can agree that it's a great Superman movie, but like overall, I think it was a good movie. I thought it was solid. Like I would give it a like 7.5, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Like I thought it was really, it was entertaining. The characters that I knew would be in it, I thought they did, or at least I'm sorry, the characters I knew would be in it, and I was looking forward to being in it. Like Mr. Terrific, I thought they did a really solid job of showcasing the elements of those characters to give us a good feel of what they're like. So I thought that was a solid approach. I think the reason why I wouldn't give it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 is because I do think that there was a little too much James Gunn in it.
Hmm.
Because like James Gunn's style is very much like, let's throw these ragtag characters with huge flaws that through their flaws we get a window into their humanity, right? And that's how we relate to them as characters. He did it in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He did it in The Suicide Squad. And that's like always been his mantra as far as like these superhero movies goes.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think like this movie was like almost a brilliant, perfect masterpiece that got bogged down just a little bit by James Gunn needing to have that like quirky ragtag thing. Like for example, it's like we get Guy Gardner, who's one of the weirdest and most like offensive in some ways Green Lantern. So like I get it. I understand. It's a nuance. It gives us flavor and all the other stuff, but it's kind of like I don't know if we needed that much of that weird quirkiness in a Superman movie. But I do think that they did a really good job of showing us like the things that are important about Superman, which is that he is in many ways just as human as the rest of us. And the movie, said certain things in so many words, but it's like they did a really good job of showing Superman's humanity, taking an overpowered character and making it work in a movie. It was definitely more successful with that than maybe what's a movie that's that has a character that's similarly like overpowered, like Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Like I liked Captain Marvel, but like I think this movie does a better job of taking someone who is absolutely crazily OP and making a movie that's still interesting, that still has stakes. So I thought I thought it was a really good movie. I want to see the characters show up in more things. I would watch a sequel. But it's like when you watch it, you can absolutely tell that James Gunn wrote and directed it and had his fingers in everything, because there's so many moments where it's just like, oh, this is like Guardians of the Galaxy, or like this is like a weird group of people whose flaws somehow come together in the right moments to like save the day. And it sort of like had that vibe to it. And I don't know if that's what I want from a Superman movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think they did a lot of really cool ideas. Lex was great. I was listening to something that was sort of reviewing this, and they made a really great point, which is like when Lex Luthor, the character, works really well in a Superman movie, his henchmen don't really matter that much. And like I think this movie did a really good job of that. Like now the henchmen still had parts to play, they still did stuff, but maybe that to me was maybe the weakest part. But it didn't matter because Lex was done so well. And Nicholas Hoult has done some really great work in these superhero movies as Beast.
Yep.
As Lex Luthor, or Hank McCoy, / Beast.
Yeah.
As Lex Luthor, Lois was done very well. She had the agency I needed her to have, because to your point about the cartoon clip we just saw, like Lois gets kidnapped a lot. Like a lot. And her character in the beginning of Superman was basically that like quintessentially toxic portrayal of a female character. And over the years, they gave her like more agency, more presence, more to do, more of her own character with her own voice. And I love the way that interplay works between Lois and Superman. I don't feel like this is spoiling anything from the movie, but there is a moment where they have a conversation and Lois tells Superman, she's like, "We're so different. I question everything, and you just think everyone's like beautiful," is what she said. And that basically is like the main sort of difference between the two of them. Like Clark is so trusting, or Kal-El is so trusting, and Lois is, because of her investigative reporter, like that's what makes her an excellent reporter. It's like she's always questioning, always digging into things. And so I think they gave her the presence that I needed her to have, because I don't feel like Man of Steel did that well.
No.
Like to me, that was a big knock on Man of Steel. Although I still thought the movie was solid. Like I thought that was fine. But like Lois to me was like, she could have just not been in this movie. Like she could have not been here.
And if we're gonna be honest about one thing too, with the Man of Steel Lois, she did not give me
Lois.
Thank you.
She wasn't Lois.
She wasn't Lois.
She was a female reporter that just happened to have the same name.
Right. She was not Lois at all. I'm like, wait, y'all really watered this one down. Like seriously, like y'all picked her up at the Temu Lois store, didn't y'all? I'm sorry.
Right. Like, who is this?
Who is this?
Who is she?
But okay. Carnage, before you get into your clouds.
Already there.
Did you happen to see Superman? And if you did, what did you think?
So so I got called today, and Herb was like, Superman is on Flickster, a site we watched or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, cool. And I told Cole it was on Flickster, so we could watch it. And Cole went into this, oh, I wanted to watch it on IMAX and everything. And so, I didn't get to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it when I go to work tonight. So yeah.
Okay. Understood. So I had a free ticket to see Superman. I was gonna use it on Fantastic Four, but I'm like, you know what? Nah, because the theater that I normally go to wouldn't have took it anyway. So the theater that I want to go to for Fantastic Four wouldn't have taken it because it was two different theaters. One was AMC, and where I'm going to go see Fantastic Four is NCG. Because they're having a Fantastic Four event at that particular theater. I'm like, oh, I will be there. Yes. So
you got your hat and shirt already picked out?
Of course. So I did end up paying for my ticket, but I did it in 3D. So I was like, oh, that's a free ticket. Let me do this in 3D. It was actually good in 3D. I'm not gonna lie. But for me, this felt like a comic book movie, a Superman comic book, but as a movie. It felt like that for me. Everybody did good in their roles. Crypto, I'm gonna start with Crypto because Crypto for me, for anybody that owns that has or has had a dog or any kind of pets, we know that our pets have personalities, of course. But James Gunn did Crypto based off of a rescue dog. He said this several times. He did all based off a rescue dog that he rescued, and he was trying to portray how rescue dogs or rescue pets would act in new environments. And that's where we got this Crypto from, the one that bounces around and was jumping on Superman in the trailer when Superman was sitting there with broken ribs, but Crypto did not know that. He just thought, oh, you caught me to play. So he bounced on him. But Crypto for me in this movie was like, it wasn't the Crypto I was expecting, but it was a Crypto that I needed at that moment because it was hilarious the way he was acting. Like, you're supposed to be doing this.
So that is the only part I see the beginning because I was looking at it to say, oh, look, we could watch this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it failed.
Yeah, and I will say I am glad that James Gunn did not show Krypton being blown up for the update time. Thank you, James Gunn, for not showing us. We already know what happened to Krypton. It has blown up so many times in so many different Superman projects that we've seen. We did not need to see all that again. Okay, just like we don't need to see Krypton blow up ever again or Bruce's parents die ever again in any projects for whatever fucking reason.
I will say that I think there is something where we will need to see it. And to me, that's the Supergirl movie that's coming.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just because she really hasn't gotten that kind of origin in live action in that way. And also I believe they're supposed to be tying this to I think it's Woman of Tomorrow.
Yep, Woman of Tomorrow. Yep.
And in that storyline, she not only escapes like Clark does, but she actually gets like caught a distance away and watches the planet destroy. And that affects a lot of the way she acts and responds. To me, if we do get that Supergirl movie, I would like to see that in that regard. But absolutely agree. Like, no, we don't need to see an escape pod crash land in Kansas anymore.
No, we don't. We've seen it. But what's his name? Is it David Cornswith that played Superman?
Corn Sweat.
Is it Sweat or Swift? Or Sweat.
Sweat. SWET is the end.
Okay, Corn Sweat. Okay,
he
did a good job balancing Clark and Superman, playing his dual personality. I mean, this is probably, since Christopher Reeves, probably the best portrayal of a person playing off both being Clark Kent and Superman. I'm like, yeah,
maybe. Like, I do think he was good in both roles. I will say though that the movie is like 2 hours and 13 minutes. Right? Maybe we can shave off 7 minutes for credits, but like the movie was like 2 hours and like 5 minutes. He was only Clark for like 5 minutes. Like there was only like a 5-minute period where he was Clark. Like every other part of the movie, he was basically Superman. We only get like that opening scene. I mean, like not the opening scene, but the opening Clark moment where he like walks into the Daily Planet and has that, has that interaction, and then after that, he's not Clark. Like he's not Clark again. The closest you can come to that is that scene where we see it in the trailer, in one of the trailers, where Lois gives him an interview where he's like in her apartment.
And also when
he's not really Clark there, you know what I mean? Because we really don't get much Clark. But I will say that in the very little bit of screen time that Clark Kent was there, I thought he did a solid job as Clark.
Okay.
I don't know if he gave me enough for me to be like, he did an excellent job as Clark. It was like he was only Clark for 4 minutes.
Well, his
like he was Clark on screen for less time than Wonder Woman showed up in BVS, and Wonder Woman only had like 7 minutes of screen time. So like I don't know if that's enough time to be like he did an excellent job, but I thought it was fine. Like it didn't take me out. It didn't seem unbelievable to me. So like I thought it was fine.
But what is? Wait a minute. Let me see if I can get to it. Nope, it does not show it here. Okay, anyway. Oh yes, it does. But yeah, so he gave like because this comes from the comic. Well, a lot of it comes from the Man of Tomorrow, but you could like see little other parts of it, like other things that inspired it too. Was like Smallville. Even some Superman and Lois, and what's another one that did this? A lot of Christopher Reeves movies. Okay, yeah.
The Adventures of Lois and Clark. Was that the Dean Cain show?
Yeah, we don't talk about that right now. We don't talk about that mean girl right now.
Actually, I have a better question for you.
Okay.
Did you like his suit?
It grew on me. I didn't like it at first.
Like I thought it ended. Like I think I agree with you to a certain degree. Like by the end of the movie, it wasn't a problem.
Right.
In the beginning, to me, it didn't feel like it fit him well. You know what I mean? Like it felt like a little less fit. Like I don't know if I needed to be skin tight or anything, but
right.
It felt like he wasn't like big enough to fill the suit. And I don't know if that was purposeful.
That was purposely
in like
done.
in a symbolic way.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like he was big enough to fill the suit by the end of the movie.
Right.
You know, but it was almost like he was putting on like an extra large suit, but he's only a large. Just a little bit. Like I didn't mind the trunks because I thought the trunks was fine. Like I've always been fine with him wearing trunks. Or the red.
I would have preferred no trunks, but yeah, I was fine with it.
I just think you can't, like, if you're gonna be a superhero that's a symbol to everybody, especially kids, you just can't have your junk out.
But
or junk exposed. And I feel like if he didn't have trunks, his junk would be a little more pressed and visible in a full blue sort of suit. So like you kind of need that extra layer to be like,
yeah, but
tap that down.
Even with the trunks on, I mean, it's like it was there. It was like you could not see it. It's like, oh,
well, I mean, he's a human male.
Right,
He's got a
right,
regular.
yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
sorry. He's not a human. The actor is a human male, but
Right.
like the character is a male with a piece. So it's there's going to be a print there.
Yeah.
But I do think that if the shorts or if the trunks weren't there, it would be more noticeable.
Yeah.
In a way that I don't, because like they tried to say, oh, well, we're doing it because, Superman has to look a little goofy because he's trying to be not something that strikes fear into like the kids who look up to him or the other people in the world. He's trying to seem not as harmful as he actually is. So that's why he wears the trunks on the outside. He looks a little goofy on purpose. My thing is like, no, I just think it's because you need to sort of hide that package.
Right.
It needs to be. I thought the symbol was cool. The design of the symbol. Yeah. I also liked how it had a all gold version of the symbol on the back of the cape.
Yep. Classic.
Because we don't always get a symbol on the cape.
No.
Like sometimes we just get a red cape. And so I kind of like that play. So like it was a fine suit. I was a little surprised when I first saw it that it wasn't fitting. Or like it wasn't as like fitting as I thought it would be. But overall, like I thought it was a solid representation.
Yeah. Can we kick and I know people were calling that people, and there were people who were review bombing it or review hating it because it was like, this isn't the Superman that I know, this isn't the Krypton I know, this isn't the Lex that I know, and people were calling Lex a mean girl. But we have to give credit to Nicholas Hoult. He played Lex Luthor the fuck down. I'm like,
Lex. I mean, being a mean girl is Lex's brand,
right? Hold on. When people somebody call Lex a mean girl, I'm like, have y'all not ever read or seen Lex in any other Superman project? Is this y'all first time seeing Lex? Because Lex is a petty, envious man of Superman. His whole thing has always been, everybody should be praising my name. Everybody should be looking at me as the savior. And they have this big blue alien from another planet, and they're worshiping him and praising him. It should be me. It should be me.
Yeah, because he never got his dad. He never got his dad's love, and so he takes that out on everyone by trying to make everyone like he's that thing we talk about sometimes when we talk about like regular people and relationships and personalities. There are some people that want everyone to love them or like them, and Lex has been that to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Like he never got his dad's love or appreciation or respect, and so he compensates for that by trying to do things to make everyone else like him, to try and supplement that worth, that lack of worth that he feels. And like Superman just sort of showing up, being super powerful and like, saving a squirrel from a from a kaiju stomp, like it ingratiates him with, ardor and acclaim to people. And Lex is, like you said, he's envious of that because he feels like Superman doesn't do anything. He just shows up and people love him. And so that's all. Like Lex has always been a mean girl.
Yeah.
Like that's his brand. That is absolutely his brand.
Did they especially in the Supergirl show when John Cryer was playing Lex, and I'm like, he played Lex too. I'm like, yeah. But I'm like, even with his Lex Luthor, which was a lot better than the one we got in Batman vs Superman. Oof. Anyway, who was that played that?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. No, that was not your thing. But hey, but even with that, I mean, Lex has always been about himself. Like he's always made it seem like, oh, I care about the people. No, he only cares about himself. And that's just who Lex is. He will always take Superman for taking his spotlight, basically, being the center of attention that Lex wants to be. And that's been his whole MO ever since the comics, ever since any movie or anything. It's just like, I am a simple man that wants to take down somebody that's superior to me, that has more power than me, more popularity. Because I don't want them. He don't want the world banking on Superman to always save them. He wants to be that, and just so he can have, be King Lex or whatever. So yeah.
It's like it's high school dynamics,
Yeah.
He's like he's the nerd, and Superman is the jock, and the jock on the varsity squad with the Letterman jacket, and he hates the fact that not only does he have that, but he also has the he's also got the captain of the cheerleading squad and the editor for the yearbook in Lois Lane, and he's he's angry about it because he wants to be more popular.
Yeah, I mean,
so he's willing to do such nefarious and reckless things just to achieve it. Because
right, and in this movie, he did some things. I'm just like, I've seen Lex do some of the most inhumane, disgusting things, but when he did this movie, I was just like, you're going too far, but
he did too much.
He did too much.
I mean, he was absolutely the definition of doing too much in this. I mean, some heinous things for sure, but then also there was some stuff that was like, okay, this is a little far.
Right.
Won't go into it because I'll leave that for when people watch it.
Yeah.
Or when we talk about, when we actually talk a little bit more in depth about it. But it's just it was he's a petty bitch.
basically.
He's a petty Murphy, petty LaBelle,
petty Tendergrass.
petty, just my goodness.
And then I can't. Okay, I can't wait till next week because we can get to that next week. But let's go to our boy, Mr. Terrific here, who was played by
Eddie Kategi.
Yeah, who played
No, don't no. We will not mention that movie on here. We can save that for the spoiler episode too.
Okay.
We will not. All we will say is that it never should have happened, and we as a collective mutant fandom are angry.
Yes.
We are still enraged.
Yes.
Justice for Darwin.
Right. There we go. That, and James Gunn said, this without saying it, said this was justice for Darwin.
I will say for being the character's first time in a live action, I loved it.
Me too.
Now, James Gunn always loves playing with new toys. Like always, and having a character that's never been, and having the ability for the first time showcase that character's abilities and personality and camaraderie and chemistry and all of that stuff. I came out of the Superman movie like, I want a Mr. Terrific movie.
Okay.
Like,
absolutely.
That needs to be on the docket, and it needs to be on the docket now.
Yes, definitely. He did amazing playing Mr. Terrific. At first, I was a little skeptical because I feel like he didn't, for me, fit the look of Mr. Terrific, like body wise, I guess, for me, But then when I saw him in costume in the movie, I was like, oh, I'm buying this. Yes.
Oh, you mean like before you saw the movie,
right?
When they announced, because Eddie's slender, like he's like tall and slender,
and
so you don't necessarily see it, but see it Seeing him, I was like, yes. And
Yes.
the jacket was so crisp.
Oh yes, it was.
With the fair play.
I want one. I want me a jacket now.
Yeah.
I want me a jacket. I want a Mr. Terrific jacket ASAP. Like,
yeah.
If I have to get a tailor made, I will get a tailor made to me. Yes, I want one, so I can be it for Halloween or something. But yes,
it was lovely. Like I would just wear that.
Yes.
Like it's, it's like I don't feel like I guess I've seen people cosplay before as Mr. Terrific, but everything about that jacket was so crisp that I was like, oh, I need that.
And can we talk about, without the spoilers, of course, but can we talk about the scene at the action scene that he had? Oh my gosh, with the music, and I was just like, oh. Yeah,
that was pretty bad. That was badass.
That's badass.
Even the way they decided to showcase it.
Yes.
So again, without going into any details or spoilers, there is an action sequence in which Mr. Terrific's abilities get showcased, and it is magnificent. That's all I will say.
I was just like this at the end. I was just like.
When I saw that moment, I'm like, oh, we need a Mr. Terrific movie.
Yes.
Like, we need it announced today. Like by the time I get out of this movie theater, I need to see on like Discussing Film or Culture Crave. Oh, a Mr. Terrific live action movie is in the works. Like I still hope that I hear it before July is out. Because right now on the schedule, I think for this first chapter of Gods and Monsters for DC, for the DCU, it's Superman, it's Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, it's a Wonder Woman movie, Batman Brave and the Bold, which is supposed to include Damian. And I'm missing like a group, isn't it like a group movie?
The one
because Peacemaker season 2, but like I'm not trying to count the TV shows right now.
Right. The Authority.
Okay.
I think it's The Authority.
Yeah, it's like
it's either The Authority or live action Creature Commandos. It's one of the two.
Okay. So to me, like you said, I need a little pepper. Like sprinkle a little pepper on that.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Like not. The other part that sort of disappointed me a bit is this is completely outside of Superman, but it is still related to DC. So you heard that they were trying to do something with Static Shock, but there's like rights issues with who it belongs to, and right, and to me it's like I hope they figure that red tape out. Because that is absolutely a character that deserves something. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand that with like Milestone, you've got Static Shock, you've got Icon, right, and Rocket,
and Hardware,
right. And so it's like there are these characters that I don't know if I need them to be associated with DC, but I need them to get their shine because. They would be projects that I think would really work in a better, but similar, but better way than like the Blue Beetle movie, even.
Yeah.
Which I'm still mad that they came out of that like, oh, we don't need a sequel. What? Excuse me?
But James Gunn says that he is keeping him around for something.
He's keeping the character. He said he's keeping the character around. So, like, I can be happy or at least have hope that we will get some more of what is his name, Cholo Maridueña?
Yep.
Of Cobra Kai fame.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. Yeah.
But he was an excellent Blue Beetle. So I'm fine with him showing up again, but I'm sort of tired of this. Like, we give a POC character a movie. And then we relegate them to a cameo appearance in somebody else's movie. Like, why can't they have a sequel?
Right, and he deserves one because there is enough Blue Beetle story to make like several movies. There is.
Oh yeah, and the representation alone is worth its weight, in my opinion. So, but
Yeah.
Pero.
Okay, so let's go into Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Although
that hair should be against your vows.
Right. That was hilarious.
My what should be what?
Now I will say this. Nathan Fillion, because the first Lantern I know Nathan Fillion to ever be was Hal Jordan. So I'm like, okay, but that was only in voice only. Okay. And then we get to see him as Guy Gardner. So I'm like, I'm still in my mind, still would have rather have seen him as a live action older Hal Jordan. But I have accepted him as Guy Gardner in this regard. Because there is the show Lanterns coming out with Aaron Pierre as John Stewart, and I don't know who the other guy's name is. That's playing a young Hal Jordan or younger. I know that sounds weird. Come out,
well,
but he's playing.
It's actually kind of an older Hal Jordan.
Okay.
Because like the premise of it is, or at least the original premise years ago when they pitched it was it's a TV series, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so it's supposed to be a TV series that's like a buddy cop kind of thing, where you got the veteran cop with the younger, like John Stewart, being in, and that way they incorporate and play off of each other chemistry-wise together. So the guy's not like old.
Right.
The guy who's playing Hal Jordan, I really forgot his name, but
Me
he's
too.
definitely been in many things.
Yeah.
I think the choice is solid.
Yeah.
Like we'll see how it plays out. But I kind of like the fact that they're giving us we're getting like 3 lanterns. Who's the 4th?
I forgot her name. It's gonna be a female.
Oh, in the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially since like if John Stewart is going to be starting as a lantern, we're probably going to get him going to Oa. Is that the
Oa.
Is that the planet name? Yeah. So we should be getting some other stuff. Like I'd like to see a Kilowog, I'd definitely be cool with seeing some of the other lanterns as well. But like developing that world I think is important. I'm kind of glad they didn't choose either of the 2 more known lanterns.
Yeah.
I just never expected them to do Guy Gardner.
Me either.
I think it was fine. Like I think he did a really good job. Like I like the fact that I didn't like him because I've never liked Guy Gardner as a character. So like watching him on screen and having that feeling of like I can't stand this guy, but like he's still an ally. Like,
right. But you know what?
I appreciated that, but
because I had asked, I made a post. I'm like, how did? Because even watching him in Batman Breathing the Bullet, the cartoon, and watching him on Young Justice, I'm like, how the fuck did this guy become a Green Lantern? Even because I remember in the episode of Young Justice where they were sitting there voting in new members of the League. The Flash spoke up for Guy Gardner, and both John and Hal were like, "No," but he's like, "No." There was no.
I have that clip on my phone. It's just like, but what about no?
No, but he's like, no. But have you ever noticed that when it comes down to the Green Lanterns of Earth, they always choose guys who have been in the military? Well, no, Kyle, except for Kyle, because Kyle was an illusionist. He was an artist.
Okay. Was Kyle one of the twins?
Kyle, no, wait. Because let me make sure I got this right. Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner, Kyle Reiner. There's another one. Not Alan Scott, because that was before. There's another one. But Kyle Reiner is the one that draws, if I'm not mistaken. But he did artist work for the Daily Planet.
Okay.
But a lot of other ones have been in the military, like in either Marines or Army or Navy or whatever. And like Hal was in the Air Force.
Yeah, right. It's like, and the reason why is because of the duty.
Yeah.
And the training and the sort of military indoctrination of like making sure you do your duty above all else. And like that's sort of what you need in order to be a Green Lantern. You need that will, you need that like discipline, that structure. And so like as dislikable as Guy is,
he still
he does have it. And I appreciate that. Like I don't think every hero needs to be likable in order to be a hero, because like that's real life. You know, there's plenty of people who you may not get along with, but they're very good at their job, or they're actually, you know, they do good things for people. You may not you just may not like the way that they go about doing their daily stuff. You know what I mean? And so like I appreciate having a hero group where everyone isn't perfectly likable and nice. So I thought that was an interesting thing, but that's also part of the James Gunniness that I was talking about, where it's like, of all the lanterns, if you told me that a Green Lantern was going to be in this movie, and then you told me this movie was going to be written and directed by James Gunn, I could have predicted Guy Gardner was going to be the Lantern, because it's like he's the most annoying and awkward one to choose, and of course James Gunn would choose him, like of course, and the comic book accurate haircut.
Yes, in the bowl cut. But you know what? One thing I do want to see when they do Batman Brave and the Bold, I want to see the scene. I want to, because it is out of the comics. The scene where Batman punches Guy, knocks him out with one punch. I want to see that so badly, because I remember Guy goes up like, "Look here, Bats, I'm part of Green Lantern." Wow, and just knocks one punch. He took him out in one punch. I want that scene, but yeah, but then he does play Guy Gardner very well. I mean, Nathan Fillion himself is a method actor anyway, so he knows how to play and bring out what is needed for his characters.
Okay.
So,
and he doesn't take himself seriously,
he doesn't,
which helps to be able to be in those types of roles. Because even the role he had in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, like that role was goofy as hell, but I loved it, and it didn't feel out of place. You know, like it worked. It worked for the movie. So I love how like nerd fandom and Nathan Fillion go hand in hand. Like he's been in so many things.
He really has.
And it's like every time somebody's like, "Oh, he's gonna be in this," everybody's like, "Great!" Like I almost never hear too much negative feedback. It's always like, "Oh, cool! Like I can't wait to see this."
Yeah.
And we know that James Gunn loves to recycle people he's worked with in other movies, including his brother.
Yep. Oh, definitely his brother,
who showed up as Maxwell Lord.
Right. And also Bradley Cooper, who was I
won't. It was just a message, so it's
fine. Yeah.
I just don't want to have to see him alive in any real scene. So like as long as we don't do any flashbacks, because to me that was the one casting choice that I was like, really? Like, were we just mad that he had to voice Rocket Raccoon for like 7 movies, and we just needed to give him a role where we could see his face? Because like I'm not gonna lie, like him as Jor-El was not on my bingo card for 2025. And yet here we are.
Right. Okay. And then of course we had Hawk Girl. She was there. I mean, I know I'm not gonna say that, because she played her part. She played off of Guy Gardner very well. She did.
They served her the worst.
Yeah, they did.
Like I felt like every other character had some sort, like especially the metahumans. Every other character had some sort of explanation or slight backstory, even if it was just a few lines, to explain what they were. You know, it's like we got Superman, like we know what he was. Multiple times it was mentioned about the yellow sun, kryptonite being whatever, him being invulnerable. We got to see elements of that. Mr. Terrific, we didn't necessarily get an origin for Mr. Terrific, but we did get to see what he was capable of, right?
Right.
Guy Gardner is the same way. Metamorpho is the same way, is a similar way. We got to see what he was able to do.
Right.
Ultraman, the engineer, even got a little video and explanation from Lex during the movie when he was meeting with the people at the Pentagon, right?
Yeah.
Hawkgirl is the one metahuman that like they never mentioned. She literally just fought a couple of times and had a few lines. And like, to me, I wanted so much more for her. I know that she's going to show up in Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah.
And probably will show up in other things. I know and also in ensemble movies, not everybody can get the shine and the light and the time, airtime, screen time that they need. But it felt kind of weird considering Gunn is usually really good at servicing the characters he puts. So it makes me wonder, like, were there more scenes that she was in that they cut? Or did they intend to have her be just there?
Right. I think
she was kind of just there.
Yeah, she was. And they didn't dive into any of her backstory. They didn't even say her real name. Like, and for those of y'all who don't know, that Hawkgirl's real name is Shira Hall. Okay, but they didn't even say her real name or anything. They just said Hawkgirl. And I'm like, yeah, it's just like, wow. So I'm guessing this is my theory. My theory is we will get more of her backstory in Peacemaker somewhere. That's my theory.
I hope so.
Me too.
But Peacemaker has a lot to do on its own, and I don't know if taking time to sort of like backdoor in context and exposition and backstory for a character that just showed up in a movie, like it just feels a little odd.
Yeah, it does.
And so like of the hero side, I think she was the weakest character to me, just because of how, or at least the most poorly served.
And yeah, she was. But I will say this about there were things that I did not know that Metamorpho could do. Like I know I'm not completely sure in detail of how his powers work, but I do know he can make himself different chemicals, different elements, and everything, even kryptonite, of course. But I didn't know. I was like, wait, you can do that? You can actually fly a little bit? Oh, okay. Did not know that. I knew you could turn something to gas, but that was something different. You know. But even he had a moment. And I'm like, I cared about Metamorpho at the end. I did. Like, and rarely with characters, with side characters or background characters, we barely they don't, some movies don't give you enough to actually care about background or side characters. I actually did care about Metamorpho at the end. I was like, oh, please come back, because I actually am invested and care.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay, you gotta go.
Yeah, I do have to skedaddle, guys.
Okay.
But this has been fun. Puff, puff, pass, Carnage.
Yeah.
Absolutely use a toke. But go ahead.
Before you go though, I love this funny meme that somebody made. Thank you for being, not you, Dean Cain, a great Superman. Because for those of you that don't know, Dean Cain came out and bitched about the new Superman movie being woke. I'm so tired that people using that word incorrectly.
He voted for Trump?
Yeah, he did. He is a Trump supporter.
Okay, because I'm like, the only way that someone that notable would open his mouth to say anything like that, it's like, oh, you must have voted for Trump.
He did. He admitted to it.
So I actually saw a meme, speaking of which, recently that basically said, because a lot of people were complaining that the new Superman is too political. And someone was like, no, it's not that Superman is too political. It's that we just have real life supervillains in the world now, and so
Exactly.
it feels like the comics that have always been saying these things and doing these things, it feels like they're too political. It's like, no, we just literally have supervillains doing the shit that they did in comics
Exactly.
in real life, and so
Exactly.
it feels too much like a parallel.
Mm-hmm.
Because my question is always, when people say that, it's like, well, what do you want these heroes to do? Because they exist in the world, and geopolitical things exist,
Mm-hmm.
and these characters had to deal with those things. Like the whole, for example, oh, Marvel's getting too political. Civil War. Like,
Yeah.
Civil War happened because of the Sokovia Accords, which was the world saying, you can't just have super people just running around doing whatever they want. It needs to be regulated by some sort of government or conglomeration of countries. So, like,
Yeah.
there's always been politics and
Right.
political stuff everywhere. I just think because we actually just have such dastardly human beings that exist doing really horrible things, it makes it seem like every time we have a superhero story, it's being political. It's like, no, superhero stories have always been political.
Yeah, they always have
Because the
been.
truth is you can't have superpowered people running around in the world doing stuff without it affecting things like nationality, diplomacy, et cetera, et cetera. Which is why, to a certain degree, and of course we'll go into more detail next week, but which is why I appreciated that scene that we see a clip of in the trailer where Lois and Superman are like, she's having an interview with him and really asking him like, so you went into another country as a representative of the United States or as a citizen of the United States and just fuck shit up. And like, you don't understand, like, you need to have a better idea and of diplomacy and like the effects that this has and what this says. You know, like, and it's not like the US hasn't just like run into countries before,
right,
and done stuff that they shouldn't have been doing or still doing to this day. But you know, it's like you have to have a little bit more of a mind about that, and so I appreciated that they touched on it at least a little bit in this movie. But that being said, thank you guys. This has been excellent. Have a great rest of your day. I'm about to head to work.
All right.
Peace.
And then there were two. Yes. But yeah, overall, Superman is a great, solid movie. I know Zack Snyder was somewhere punching the air. In my opinion, in my imagination, he was somewhere punching the air because don't get me wrong, Man of Steel is still a good, solid movie, but he was trying to show a dark-ish, brooding kind of Superman, and I'm like, no, Superman. He shines in the sun, not just because that's his power source. That's just how he's always been. You know, not saying that Superman has not had some moments where he has gone dark. I mean, if you look at the Injustice universe, that's dark. that's
but when he went dark, how far did he go?
Okay.
He didn't kill nobody.
No, he didn't. Now, now I will say this: if Zack Snyder was able to complete his universe, Superman would have been killing people. He was going down that path, yeah. Because of Darkseid. But I'm just saying though, like I think it's because of how moody Superman was. A lot of people didn't like him. Now people will say Henry Cavill was the best Superman because physique wise and acting and even to some degree acting wise, but more so physique wise, he was the best looking Superman we've ever had. And I agree with that. I mean, he had like the muscles, the build, the thickness. I mean, when he was the Witcher, he was ripping suits. So yeah, I agree with that. Physically, he is the best looking Superman we've had. But as far as the character itself, I'm gonna say that James Corswet and Christopher Reeves, Tom Welling, and I can't think of his name, the one that played Superman and Lois. they have given us some great Supermans. I'm not gonna lie, especially Superman and Lois. Like Superman and Lois, I have to give a special shout out to, because for that to be a CW show, whoever was in that writing room knew what the fuck they were writing. They knew what the fuck they were doing. I'm just like, for a CW show, this is top tier, honestly.
Superman and Lois was the last show of Superman I watched, and I really liked that.
And me too.
What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I guess as far as the Superman brand or whatever they coming up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. I gotta watch the movie to see, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, I left that theater smiling and satisfied, and I was in a mood that I had not been in a long time with Superman. I'm like, I actually like Superman. I'm like, oh, thank you for giving me a Superman, but like the Superman from my childhood is what I got, and I was like, you know what? I love this. Even though Superman's still a bitch, but he's likable bitch. No, I'm kidding. He does it. And I gotta say, this whole project as a whole, for me, is like a 9 out of 10, honestly.
Okay. I'll give you my ratings next week.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm gonna say, go watch this. Go watch it multiple times if you have to. I know I'm probably gonna watch it one more time. Maybe before the week is out. Maybe next Thursday, I'll go see it again. That's if things fall the way they should. But I am going to move on now, or we're gonna move on now to our versus Marvel versus DC, because remember that in what is it now? Next, well, actually 2 Fridays from now, Fantastic Four comes out. Oh, look at the sorry, I said about dog. So this week, I'm going to show the fight, the death battle fight between Raven and Phoenix. And I know people were not happy with this fight because their girl, because they're such Marvel fanboys, Jean. You know what? I'm just gonna play the movie. I'm just gonna play the clip. Here we go.
Okay.
Come to burn my home to ashes.
The demon inside you is too strong to be left alive. I'm sorry. This is for the good of the universe.
Azarath Metreon Zenthos! Darkness, take you! What's the matter? Afraid of the dark?
You don't control my mind!
It's too late for you now!
Damn!
Let me cleanse you of your demons. Sear and scorch them all away.
No, I'll take this pain from you.
Enough! I'm taking everything that twisted you to somewhere white, hot, pure! Scott, Charles, everyone, give me strength!
I am not the daughter of the demon.
I am a daughter of Azarath. Azarath Metrion Dicto!
I'm home.
KO.
So who's this bitch?
So Raven is from DC. She is the daughter of Trigon, an immortal. I forgot her mother's name at the moment. It's something Roth. But basically,
I'm hearing some music somewhere. Yeah.
But
continue.
yeah. So she's half human, half demon, with a lot of powers, a lot of universal powers, just like Phoenix has a lot of universal and reality powers. But it came down to Soul Raven. I actually want to call her. I call her Absolute Raven because that's basically. I think that's what the name should be. But this is Soul Raven versus the White Room Phoenix, which is supposed to be her most powerful form. But considering that Raven can control multiple universes at the same time, she can control multiple souls from different universes at the same time. She can even steal someone's pain and actually take their soul out of their body and actually make it make it blow it away, make it disappear or whatever. And if she destroys the soul, of course the person dies. And Jean can burn away people's souls. Well, the Phoenix can. And so it just all came down to the fact that Raven has a lot more defense against mental attacks and fire cosmic attacks because of what she's been through and what she can defend herself against. So it came down to Raven winning that death battle. Because if you actually go back and look at all the things that each one can do, and the fact that when they said all the things that Raven can do and what she can do, because I'm like, people were really upset that Phoenix lost this one. I was not, because I'm looking at it like, oh, I see why she won.
That's what's up. But I can see why they were upset that Phoenix lost.
Okay, because we all know Phoenix is a fan favorite. Jean Grey is a fan favorite of a lot of Marvel fanboy people, and people always go to, well, Phoenix is a cosmic being. She's so powerful, but even cosmic beings can die. As powerful as they are, I mean, look at Galactus. You know how many times that man has died? It came back. I mean, Jean herself has died. It came back multiple times with the Phoenix Force. So, but yeah, but yes, July is gonna be a good month for comic book movies because I'm like, this is gonna be great. And so the next verses we do will probably be two more, another death battle, and then the one after that will be focused on Fantastic Four and Galactus because it does come out. As far as Fantastic Four is concerned, like Carnage, how much do you know about the Fantastic Four?
So I watched the movies.
Okay.
And I was let down.
You're not alone.
I know about the comic book Fantastic Four or whatever, but I didn't follow them. You know what I'm saying? I know that the comic books and the movie not matching up per se or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think that with the new movie, it's kind of getting back to that you know what I'm saying. So I didn't see it or whatever, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you know about Franklin Richards?
Um, Mr. Fantastic.
No, that's Richards.
Okay.
No, Franklin is Sue and is the Invisible Woman. Well, Sue and it's their son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew he was of the uh, of the realm or whatever as far as Fantastic Four or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So since I mentioned evolution earlier, we gonna have a little wrestling powwow here for a good few minutes.
Okay.
Did you watch did you watch the Great American Bash?
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
Um
I'm trying to remember what it entailed because I was watching that I was watching that to get to Saturday night's SmackDown or
main event.
Yeah, main event. So Ricky Saint battled what was it? Um, I'm forgetting his name, but Ricky Saints lost.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh wait, I fell asleep because no, no, I was about to think. I didn't see who won the Trick Williams match or whatever.
Okay.
So I fell asleep. So yeah. But I saw all of Saturday night main events or whatever, and I was about to see Evolution. So I'll go back and rewatch NXT. You know what I'm saying?
Was there any matches you did remember?
Ricky Saints lost. What do you know the card or whatever? Hold on. Great American Bash.
Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page. You said Ricky Saints.
Yeah, Ethan Page won.
Okay. The TNA Championship match. Well, no, it was a contract. Was it a match or a contract signing?
A contract signing. That's what it was. A contract signing. So Trick Williams and Joe Henry and the other person, I forgot his name, signed a contract in the ring for I think SummerSlam or whatever not SummerSlam, but it's gonna take place in the SummerSlam. Hold on.
Okay.
Move.
But speaking of, so I know Evolution is like it's like all the women wrestlers.
You said what now?
I know Evolution is like all the women wrestlers in NXT and WWE.
Yeah, all the women wrestlers. Yeah, from NXT and WWE.
Yeah, because I know they got the tag team titles are on the line. I know it's Naomi versus Jade. And I think that's a Falls Count Anywhere match. That's another no DQ match, I think.
Well, I see that not Adam Pierce. What's the SmackDown general manager?
I can't think of his name at the moment.
Yeah, I see he came down to the ring and he appointed Bianca Belair.
Oh
boy! For the special guest referee.
Man, that's gonna be that's gonna be drama.
Right.
Because you know what I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna turn. For some reason they're gonna have a triple threat match somewhere for either the women's title or just it's gonna be something. Something's gonna happen with all three of them end up against each other at some point, or either it's gonna be Jade versus Bianca somewhere, and then Naomi gonna come in and cash in, or something to that avail is gonna happen.
Oh, but if Naomi did that, she would be dumb because I say when you got that money in the bank contract or whatever, you got to cash in at the right time.
Exactly. And she could wait all the way till the next WrestleMania to do it, because if they flare it up to where Jade somehow wins at SummerSlam, which I think she's going to, and then she keeps it all the way to WrestleMania. Yeah, that would. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they gonna do the Drew McIntyre win. He win it, and Naomi come cash it.
Yeah. And then of course we got Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win that one.
I think Rhea Ripley gonna win it because to this day she hasn't beat Io Sky. Yeah, so I think she definitely gonna win.
And then of course we got the triple threat match between Bayley, Becky Lynch, and I want to make sure I say her name correctly. Lyra by Kyria.
Yeah, yeah.
For the women's IC title. And of course, I believe Becky gonna retain her title anyway. So yeah.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna let Bailey win it.
Okay.
Because she hasn't had a title in a long time, and they want to keep that status of her being who she is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think they gonna let her win it.
Okay. And I hold on, try to think. Wait, isn't Trish taking on? Yeah, Trish taking on Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiffany gonna win that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then we got to talk about it's TV time. Yeah. Yeah. But that's my predictions right there. Well, folks, we're gonna wrap this up because our brother's getting hungry.
And yeah, and I got to take some medicine. My hip is bothering me.
Yeah, okay, we'll get you out of there. All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap this up. Tune in at the same bat time, same bat channel next Sunday at 5 o'clock. We will give our full spoilers of Superman movie and some other surprises along the way. But until then, see y'all next Sunday. Have a good week. Peace out.